Andrea from Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a channel to subscribe to for education about asexuality. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now and hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I post a new video. Well, this video today, as always, is about asexuality in relationships. I said that, as always, that's been the topic I've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. I do talk about other stuff other than relationships. But as it says in the title, asexuality, relationships, what to do when you get overexcited. Before I start, I'd like to say a huge happy birthday to an asexual friend of mine called Martin, who met me through this YouTube channel over 2 years ago. And he was one of my very first subscribers, and he's one of my bestest friends, and I really adore him as a friend. He's amazing. He was the guy who filmed me for the UK Asexuality conference. So if you're watching this, Martin, happy birthday to you. Thanks for your friendship, really appreciate it. And thanks for everything you do for me, such as record the Asexuality conference UK videos. I really appreciate that, and the editing you've done on that as well. It's been fantastic. So without further ado, what to do when you get overexcited. So what do I mean by overexcitement, right? It's like kind of a weird thing why someone asexual is saying that. Well, I'm a hyper romantic, as you know, and when I get in contact with asexual guys, and in my head I've got it that maybe I want a potential relationship with some of them, not all of them, and not all of them. I'm only looking for one asexual guy to be in a relationship with, right? But I'm of the mindset lately that I have to be talking to more guys. Messaging just one at a time is probably not a good way to always go about things. So I'm messaging lots of different guys to become their friend. But obviously some of them I have in my head that aesthetically I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with them, but I don't know if they're any good for me at the moment, right? So I went on meetup.com. Now, if you've never come across meetup.com, do check it out online. It's an online site where you can meet lots and lots of different people. They have tons of different groups: dancing groups, art groups, asexual groups. They have, like hiking groups, lots of different hobbies and interest groups. You can meet up with other people offline and share your passions and interests, basically. So if you haven't done so already, go to meetup.com and find out if there's an asexual meetup group in your area. Now, in the UK, I can find two on there at the moment that are purely I say they're purely asexual: the Asexuality UK London group and the Asexuality Bristol group. But I also found another one which was asexual gays and demisexual guys. So there are that covers some of asexuality. But even in the Asexuality UK London one, it covers pansexual. I don't understand why pansexual's in there, because pansexual is still who they're sexually attracted to. It's a panromantic is someone who's asexual and romantic. If someone's pansexual, it means that they are romantically attracted to all different genders and everything, and they're not sexually attracted to them. But if they're pansexual, they're sexually attracted to lots of different types of people. So I don't understand why pansexuals are in with asexuals. It doesn't really make sense to me. Because if I ever meet up with one of them, I don't mind meeting pansexuals. It's cool, but I don't, it's not someone I'd want to be in a relationship with, because they still need sex. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, the meetup groups aren't for dating. But what I've been going around doing is looking at the members in the groups and see if there's anyone I can connect with in the UK, any guys that I might potentially want a relationship with in the future if they were looking for that as well. And so, but I'm trying to be friends with more guys, because the foundation for any good relationship is friendship anyway. So I'm trying to make friends with more guys. I need more asexual guy friends in the UK anyway. I tend to get on better with guys than girls in general, but I have got a beautiful female friend who's one of my bestest friends I've ever made in my entire life. She's incredible, and I love her to bits as a friend. So, because the majority of my friends are guys, I still have some women friends too. And so, so basically why I get overexcited is I'm hyper romantic. So out of the guys I've been messaging on meetup.com that are in asexual groups, 3 of them replied. One of them's become my Facebook friend, but he, after the first initial message, he didn't bother talking to me again. So he talked to me on meetup.com. We made friends on Facebook. That was kind of it. He just wants to know when the next asexual meetup is, which I can tell him nearer the time. The second guy, he prefers using Facebook anyway. He's become a friend. He's already started commenting on my posts. He lives in London as well. So this is really good. He seems really nice. Aesthetically, he's very pleasing. I'm not sure. I think he's just looking for friends though, because that's what was on his profile. And then the third guy, who's actually messaged me back. He's not my friend on Facebook yet, but he's Indian in an asexual group in the UK. And this is why I'm very overexcited, because I've waited for so long to find a guy who's Indian, asexual in the UK. Now, he's in an asexual group. That doesn't 100% make him asexual, because there are some people that go on meetup.com and go in asexual groups that are not really asexual. So I have to find out whether he's actually asexual or not. Do you know what I mean? Two is I can still be his friend anyway, because I do want to make more friends in the UK that are guys, that are quite trustworthy guys, you know. It's nice for me to have abundance of friends. I really miss my friends when they're not with me. I'm an extrovert. I love getting out and about. So it's exciting for me to make new friends, but I'm overexcited about the fact that one Indian guy who happened to be in an asexual group in the UK, in London, has messaged me back and told me a bit about himself. Like, he messaged me back that yes, he lives in London, he likes this group, and these are some of his interests. And of course, me being me, and you know, I believe my soulmate's an asexual Indian guy, I'm just like really overexcited about the fact that this guy even messaged me back. I mean, that's quite sad really, isn't it? Oh my God. But I am really happy, you know. It's just like, thank God there's a God, and this guy's messaging me back. But you know, when you get overexcited, you have to remember, because if you're hyper romantic, or even if you're just a really romantic person, you really desire that relationship, you know, you're ready for it, you've waited for it, you've been trying to find the right person and you haven't come across them yet, and you think you've come across them. People keep leading you on wild goose chases. They pretend they're the one for you, but they're really not. You know, how can you stay grounded? You know, it's really important. So I'm trying to remind myself, I've just started talking to this person. I've got one message from him. Does that mean he's a brilliant person? No, it doesn't. It means he's one person that's messaged me back. That's it. That's all there is to it. But obviously my heart and my brain is going, he's Indian. Oh my God, he lives in the UK. And he's in an asexual group. You know what I'm saying? I'm here like freaking out with excitement. Just the fact of this, because I need to find foreign asexual guys who are romantic in the UK, right? And this is a lead, right? It might not be him. I could still need to find this guy because I can't find him at the moment. But just the fact that he messaged me back, he's Indian, living in the UK, and he's in an asexual group. I mean, my heart's like fluttering, going, like, I mean, he's actually a bit older than I would usually go for, but I saw his picture and I thought, fine, I'll message him, because I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. You know, when you're dealing with asexual dating, asexual relationships, you have to get out of your comfort zone. I am forcing myself to message more guys, like find guys in different places that I don't usually go on. So meetup.com, I don't usually go on there that much. And I don't usually, you know, like, it's been ages since I actually went through a group and looked at the members. So I'm like, you know, think, Sandra, where can foreign asexual guys be in the UK? You've got to find some, you know, even if you just become more friends with them, because the beauty of becoming friends with more asexual guys is it makes me less hyper romantic to one. So although I'm really excitable at the moment, the more asexual guy friends I make, especially foreign, it'll be better because I can spend some time with them, and also getting used to foreign guys in my own home environment, how they behave and they act, because obviously in their own country, they're very much marriage, kids type, but they're also quite faithful because you can't have sex before marriage over there. Like, when they come over to the UK, a lot of them kind of go off the rails a bit. They're all into sex and drink and all that type of thing, because, like, not necessarily drink, but, you know, they go off the rails a bit. Like, they're the opposite of what their culture is, because they've got their freedom, right? And I actually value quite a lot of, you know, I value some of the Indian, for example, or foreign traditions, like that they don't drink. A lot of them don't drink. You get the ones that drink, like spirits and stuff, and then you get the ones that really don't drink at all, you know? And you get the ones that don't drink, don't take drugs, don't smoke, and they live quite a healthy, active life. And I love that part of the foreign cultures, the guys that are into that. But what I don't like is this housewifey type, where the woman is supposed to literally be in the home, have kids, marry the guy, and basically be like his maid. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't like that type of relationship. I have to tell you the truth that my parents have been married 50 years next year, and they actually have that type of relationship. My mum's a housewife, and my dad goes, well, he's retired now, but only semi-retired in the sense that he's got his own non-profit, and he's literally working like nearly 5 days a week on his own non-profit. So although he's retired, he's technically not really retired, but he is in terms of money. So and income, you know, because he put us all the money back into the business. So yeah, it kind of like is quite ironic that my parents like it, but I see it, and that's why I don't want it. I mean, my parents love each other. They are soulmates, so I'm really happy for them. But I couldn't live that life. I'm not a housewifey type at all. I don't want to be cooking and cleaning for a guy and a guy telling me what to do, get this, that, and the other. And do you know what I mean? I like going out and living my own life. So it's very. My mum likes being at home. She loves it. She adores it. You know, that's her element. She loves it. She's very much an introvert, and she loves that type of life. It's not who I am. So, but I'm used to that type of way of living, and I'm thinking I don't want it. Thanks very much. Even though my parents are soulmates. So, you know, when you're getting overexcited that maybe this person's come into your life and you've met them and they seem incredible, you know, I'm not telling you don't think they're a good person, because it's better to think in some ways they're a good person than start having all these insecurities and worries about them from the start. Because if you already have all these insecurities and worries about them from the start, it kind of like can make you feel like it kind of can like force you to make those insecurities come to fruition. You kind of could force them, if you know what I mean, because you want them to be true so you don't get hurt, if you know what I mean, and you can kind of push the person that way. So you've got to be really careful. So with overexcitement, you've got to be really careful that you don't start pushing the person away because of your own insecurities and fears, but you've also got to be sure that you don't put them on a pedestal. Like, as a hyper romantic, I can put guys with, you know, on pedestals. And you know, it's not just as a hyper romantic. There are quite a lot of people that do it, that when you meet someone and you think, oh, they seem to be a match in some way, even though if they're not matched to you in lots of other ways, because you don't really know them and understand them yet, you can kind of go off on one, as I call it. You know, you can go like all this sort of chemical reaction where you go, woo, this is great, this is amazing, and I really like this person, even if you don't know them, and they might not be a great person at all. So you've got to remember to keep yourself grounded, to think you've just met this person, you don't know who they are, you don't know their past history, you don't know their hobbies or interests, you don't even know if they're polyamorous or monogamous. And at the moment, I don't even know if this guy's heteromantic, homoromantic, or aromantic, or what he is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know anything about him. But the good thing is you've got social media, so you can actually learn things about them. And when you're on meetup.com, which is what I started saying this guy is on, and if there's, you know, go on meetup.com and try to find asexual groups in your area, you know, you can see if they've got it on public, you can see what interests they have, like what other groups. And this guy is in tons of groups. I mean, shed loads of groups. He has been on there since April the 1st, 2012. Which is around about the time I first started finding out I was asexual. It was like March to April, so that's kind of weird. But he's in tons of groups. That's how I know he's Indian, because he's in Indian groups like Bang. I can't even pronounce it, and I'll forget pronouncing it. And Mumbai, but he's like young Indian professionals and stuff like that. I'm guessing this guy's in his early 20s, but I'm not sure. But I'm guessing he is, so a bit older than I would usually go for. But and it looks like he might be divorced as well. So when I look through the meetup.com, you can see what groups are in. He's in some groups that are for men that are divorced. There's one group that's for divorced men / got children. So I don't know his personal circumstances, because actually, no, I don't want children of my own. And I don't want marriage. And, you know, and so, but I'm not sure if he's just in that group, because all the other groups are just for, you know, there's a few, like 2 or 3 divorce groups he's in. And then he's in another group, which is for divorce plus / like fathers of kids. So it's a group for combined people. So I'm not sure he's got a child. So those are all the sort of questions I need to find out without him kind of knowing exactly. I looked through his profile, unless I say to him, oh, I see you're in a lot of groups, and I see blah, 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 because he's in a lot of singles groups, which makes me think that he is heteromantic, because he's in lots of singles groups. I can't see any gay groups that he's in, because if they're in gay groups, then normally they're homoromantic or gay, and not even asexual. Do you know what I mean? But as he's in lots of groups that are singles, it's more like where he'd find women, I think. So I'm guessing he's heteromantic, because aromantics, those who lack romantic attraction, aromantic asexuals, so the asexuals that don't experience romantic attraction, don't experience sexual attraction, they tend to not be on dating sites as much. And if they do, they tend to be in more friendship kind of groups and things like that. They don't tend to be going in lots of singles groups. I do know, though, that I do run some dating groups on Facebook, and there are some aromantics in it still looking for love. I mean, some aromantics can be grey romantics, so those kind of be even more geared towards wanting a romantic relationship, you know, that, you know, if they meet the right person. When I say the right person, I mean that they can form a strong emotional connection with and bond with, so they can get the romance. That's what I mean by that. And that's usually, you know, they're looking for an asexual person for that, not usually a sexual. But, you know, some people believe that asexuals and sexual relationships can work. I haven't had that in my experience so far. So, but I found someone in one of my asexual groups who's been married to someone she's asexual and been married to a sexual for years, and so that was quite interesting because I didn't know. But they do have sex occasionally, so it's not like they don't ever have it. But he doesn't push her and stuff, which was nice to hear. But it's kind of like, I don't really want that again. I've had that again in my life. Do you know what I mean? It's not really my cup of tea anymore. So yeah, just remember, if you're feeling a load of excitement and chemicals flying everywhere and emotions when you meet someone, just remember to stay grounded, to think you don't actually know this person. You need to get to know them as a friend first. You need to calm down, because don't put that person on a pedestal. And you also need to remember to keep your own life going and not be totally led by your heart or the twinging and the possibilities of if, might, buts, maybes, that type of thing. So I hope this has been helpful, useful and insightful to you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get notified of every time I post a new video. If you've got comments, questions or queries, then please post them below, because I'd love to know what you think. Have you ever got overexcited when you first start connecting with someone in the dating world? You know, have you you know, sort of lost your marbles and forgot, like, you know, you don't even know this person? So have you used meetup.com yourself and found anything useful? If not, are you going to go and try it now? And are you going to report back as what your findings are? So if this has been useful, helpful, insightful, like I said, click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and it really helps that these videos get up in the search engine rankings. I really appreciate it. It gets asexuality better known. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. I'll see you on another video. Bye bye.